Good morning, everybody. This is dear Mama Sal on a hazy, I think that's the word, hazy Tuesday morning. It's 14 degrees already here in southern British Columbia, making it 57 in American. And my first thought this morning just is to wish all my viewers who are in Houston area, I hope that you and your families are well and survive these incredible floods that are going on. It's just heartbreaking to hear some of the stories of some of the people who were swept away. And for it to happen as fast as it did and overnight makes it all the more frightening, I think. So just a shout out to all my Houston viewers. It's a great day. And I say it's a great day because I really do realize that every morning I have to make that decision. For example, this morning I went to get out of the shower and I have a shower door that opens like a regular door. And as I opened it, it fell off its hinges. And I want you to imagine, you know, me trying to hang on to the door because I obviously don't want a glass door to hit something and shatter, especially when I wasn't dressed for the part, you know. But you know, it's really. It's really a very difficult sight to imagine, I'm sure. But it was an extremely agile one, considering that I wasn't really properly awake yet. And, you know, I kept thinking about the difference. I could have gone into real rage. You know, how could that happen? It's not meant to happen like that. Da, 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 da. And in fact, you know, I started to laugh and go, thank goodness I was awake enough to hold onto it and stop it from breaking. And thank goodness that I had the upper body strength, of which I'd always thought I haven't got very much, to actually hold on to that door, because a piece of glass that big, you know, is a fair weight, and especially at a strange angle. And the thing for which I gave real thanks was the fact that I've got a shower mat in my shower, you know, one of those sort of crinkly, it almost looks like Hessian, so no, what do you call it? It's almost, well, it looks like spaghetti, but it isn't. Coarse spaghetti. One of those sort of floor mats on my shower door, on my shower, which I love because it takes the roughness off your feet, if that's what I've discovered anyway, and stops the spiders from coming up from the drain. So I was just thinking how lucky I was to have managed to pivot and pirouette and goodness knows what else I did to catch the door. And in that moment, again, I gave thanks for the fact that I can laugh at myself and think about how gorgeous I must have looked and how grateful I was that there wasn't a camera anywhere. I'm certain a lot of you will relate to that. Or the fact that, you know, maybe the whole glass door had shattered and I wouldn't be able to walk to get my shoes on to be able to get out of there. And I don't know about you, but I've got a feeling I'd probably walk on broken glass rather than call for help in that situation. Now let me think what I would do. I know what I would do. Yeah, I would put some of my face cloths down. Anyway, it was a really funny moment. Of course, when I get home tonight, I've got to work out how to get the door back on again, but that's what friends are for, right? I will need somebody to help me because, well, first of all, now that it's off its hinges, I can clean beautifully around where those connections are at the bottom. And that's obviously God thinks it's time that I did that. Oh, look at that. Now, the reason I'm saying that is because, you know, they've been doing construction here for the last couple of weeks, months. And suddenly we've got fresh tarmac on this side of the road. Isn't that a luxury? Not used to that. They're turning 2-lane road into a 4-lane road. And it actually looks like they've still got room for a 6-lane if they have to. Probably not in my lifetime. Or maybe. I bet you nobody imagined this becoming a 4-lane road either. So I wanted to really talk a little bit today about the fact that we are fast coming into summer, and I know that quite a lot of you like the cooking stuff that I put up, and I wondered whether that is something that you wanted me to do more of, you know, like things to do on the barbecue sort of idea, or if there is anything in particular that you would like me to cover during the summer. I always think that getting some feedback from you guys is a really good idea. And the reason I say that is because it seems to me that when I do what I call the basics, people are more thankful than when I do something fancy in some ways. So I'm just wondering if you could let me know. Is it more of the basic sort of stuff that you're interested in, or the fancy stuff? I saw a great thing for this weekend, guys. I'm doing another brunch on Saturday. And I always think my Saturday brunch is my unhealthy eating brunch. Seriously unhealthy. Because I allow myself to have things like bacon and sausage and stuff like that on a Saturday. I'm already looking forward to it, as you can tell. Yep. Now, I didn't get to video it, although I will pretty soon. But for those of you who are interested, I came home, rushed home last night and thought I'd have some chicken fingers type, quick, warm it up type stuff. And I just took a potato and I sliced it thinly and put it on the chef sheet on the grill after I'd sort of, just rolled them around in a little bit of oil and salt. And boy, they tasted good. They tasted really good. So I found out you can do potatoes on there very easily. I realize that with the playoffs at the moment, my eating habits are not the best. Well, you see, here's the thing. Because the teams are mostly in the East, the playoffs start at 6 o'clock in the evening. Well, that's the time I get home. So I have to have food that will actually cook during the between periods of hockey. It's called time management, and I'm also, during the game, I'm also editing with an earbud in. Actually, an earbud in this ear, because of this ear I'm listening to the game. And, you know, the good news about television is if anything exciting happens, they show it 16 times after the event. So you know you're not going to miss a whole lot. You might miss it in the moment, but you know you're going to see it from 14 angles following that. So you don't miss a whole lot if you do it that way. So I found that I can multitask quite well during the playoffs. And I can see some of you rolling your eyes going, who's interested in hockey, Sal? I am. I really am. Okay. All right, this one's for Angela. Angela? Angela always says she watches because she loves to see my reaction to stuff. Well, I don't know what my reaction looked like right that moment, but here's what I saw. I'm just watching, you know, the trees, of which we have many in British Columbia. I'm just watching the trees, and suddenly from the top of the trees, a whole lot of leaves and branches suddenly, actually it was leaves, suddenly went flitter, flutter, flitter, flutter from the top of the tree. And I'm thinking, what the heck caused that? And I'm thinking, was it a giant squirrel that lost its grip, you know, and pulled down a whole lot of leaves with it? And then as I'm looking like this, I see that way up there, probably 60, 70 feet up, there is Spider-Man cutting the trees. But you had to look way up to find him. And he's actually, you know, topping the trees from that height. And I'm going, that is not a job for me. How many of you are with me on that one? I could not climb up really high trees. I could not climb up trees, period. But I could not climb up really high trees to sort of 40, 50, 60 feet and start, you know, cutting them. I don't know about you, but to me that's an accident waiting to happen, especially when I'm concerned. I think I would probably go up better than I came down. And you pray you don't come down the fast route, right? I can sort of, with my luck, you know. Oops. I guess that works too. Anyway, it really was quite funny to see. So Angela, that was for you. And Angela, I hope you had a wonderful birthday yesterday. And that's, I have no idea what number it was, but I hope you had a good one. And just in case this goes up late, it was the 25th as far as I know. Now I've got it stuck in my mind. Can't believe it's the end of May already. Do you realize it's only a couple of months from VidCon? How exciting is that? I've got all that stress of travel all over again, and let's hope I don't get sick this time. So I'm hoping that you all have a wonderful day because you decide to. I hope that as things go wrong that you quickly reframe into something more positive. Be grateful for something else, as I had to do this morning. And part of me goes, aren't I lucky? If necessary, I've got a second bathroom. So I'm very grateful for that if I can't get this door back on properly. And really, I don't think I'd be laughing as much this morning if that hadn't happened to me and I'm thinking about it. You know what I mean? It's sort of, and I guess you guys wouldn't be chuckling either at the pure thought of that one. So sometimes these little glitches in our lives are sent to amuse us, not to confuse us. And that's really, really important to know. So, if you've enjoyed today's video and a little bit of wit and wisdom, please remember to hit the thumbs up sign below. And for those of you who are not subscribers, welcome. And I think up there's a subscribe panel right across the top. And just hit it anyway. It'll take you right there. And for those of you who are interested in what else we do in terms of Facebook, Twitter, and all the other things, please go to dearmamasal.com, and it'll give you all that information easily in one place. And then for those of you who might have a question, and I have had questions about just about everything, those of you going through a tough time maybe, or those of you who are confused with part of your life and would like somebody to run that by, feel free to drop me a line either on the private part of Facebook, or else just write to me at dearmamasal@gmail.com. In the meantime, thank you for watching. I really appreciate it. For all of you, big hug, and we'll hopefully talk to you tomorrow. This is Dear Mama Sal saying bye-bye for now.